You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
It's Niall.
Howdy.
And it's me being surprised by his own cadence. It's Brian. And on this episode, we are covering anime that aired the week of November the 30th to December the 6th, 2024. Starting with Puniru is a Kawaii Slime, episode 9. Let's start a band, punks. In which our hero is worried about appearing cool.
He's worried if he's losing his cool. I don't know who plays him, but
yeah, and the initial segment is, what can a 13-year-old do to make himself seem more cool? He can start using hair products.
yeah,
And I was like, this felt like I was being attacked across the decades. Back to when I was a 13-year-old.
Dude, I fucking gelled my hair back into close to college, I think. Yeah. So I was like,
oh yeah, I was saying, but I knew what I was doing when I was at university.
That's true. I'd gotten the hang of it. Like
Yeah.
I was doing it on purpose, with purpose, and
Yes.
achieving the desired result. So yeah, I guess that's the difference.
never went near any of that muck. There's too much work to do in the morning. I have already enough to get up with.
Well, I've
Yeah.
got like a mop, so it's like it's good to get it out of the fucking way. Haircut? No. There's a much simpler solution to this.
Yeah, I assume this is a shared experience across the decades for 13-year-olds.
And the other thing you can do when you're at 13 to be cool is dragons. And I was thinking it's like a dragon keychain and shit like that. I was like, yeah.
No, more like a Yu-Gi-Oh style, like, you know, it's just the fucking, like, the Abyssal Emperor dragon.
Yes.
That's it. Puniru turned into like a cool dragon. that one make everybody think I'm cool.
God damn it, I've forgotten the name of that snake that wraps around the staff that is a medical fucking thing again. But that for like a dragon.
Not Asclepius, that's to do.
Yeah, I keep throwing me. But
Caduceus.
I think you're right. But anyway, it's that with a dragon pendant. That's the kind of thing that was popular when I was of around that age to be cool. That level of dragon, yeah.
So Puniru is going to help him out by turning into it's like the cool version of her with the cuteness turned down.
The cute is turned down and the cool is turned up, so she's less cute than usual.
She's kind of like a very kind of streetwise, very casual gal, you know, with a baseball cap and the jean shorts. Like, you know, it's like, hey, what up? Let's go hit the arcade, dude.
And she at first thinks that the styling wax is slime. And she's like, oh, he wants to play with slime. And then she's disgusted when she picks it up herself.
It feels bad, man.
I'm right here.
Yes.
I'm right here.
This all culminates in somehow her covering him in herself and messing up his hair. But it messes up his hair in such a way that it now looks cool.
Because it's you put it in and you tousle it. That's the thing. Or you get assaulted by a slime monster. I mean, like either fucking works. Yeah.
Yes, because what he's doing is he's trying to style it like an anime character.
Yeah. And he is an anime character, so it's not going to fucking work. So yeah.
The other thing we forgot, there's a fake opening as well. There's the Cutie-chan anime opening.
Yes.
Oh yes, this is anime. This is so compelling. It's so amazing. It's like, again, Puniru's like, I'm right here. Like, what are you watching TV for? I'm right here.
And then the next segment is all about dragons. As our Nampa, what's he doing? We got two new girl characters who are the two cool girl character designs.
I feel like they've been in the background a few times. Yeah, there's
Probably, but I have no
there's
lines.
an angel one and a devil one. That's the basic theming on them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both very lackadaisical. It's just like, you know that kid Namba? Who's got the cute, like the coolest face in class? Namba, I bet. Yeah. Share about the rest of them though. He's such a little dweeb.
He's come to school in an apron with a dragon print, all over dragon print with the lightning bolts on it.
Yeah.
and the phrase "Darkness Dragon."
And initially, he was worried that he was going to be competing with him for the affections of Mami, and Mami's just like, "Wow, you look real cool, Namba." And it's just like she was talking about his cool dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just in that the guy kind of saying maternal way. That's very good. You're a very big, cool boy, aren't you?
But Kotaro just lesson he takes from this is all these dragons must be making his face look more cool. Puniru turned into a dragon.
You gotcha. We got just be the same dragon on the apron, but with just little hats. We know it's you. Like, no, I want to be like, mix it cool, some like sparkle here and here. Put the scales, of course. You go, it's like, oh, I'm kawaii with the China dress and everything. It's like, no, it's not that kind of dragon.
No, the cool kind of dragon. The one that would be on the packet of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That one.
The secret rares.
This makes Nampa want to become a dragon. And Kataro's going, no, I can't allow you to become a dragon and become even cooler. I will become a dragon as well.
So they become a literal Chinese dragon.
Yes.
And to be fair, I've seen competitive Chinese dragon stuff where they're hopping around an obstacle course. It's super cool.
Yeah,
but not the kind of cool that he's looking for as a young man.
I think it's very obviously a dragon that they just whipped up in 15 minutes. Some box they had in the classroom. Like, that's not bad, Let's put a bit more nice finish to it. But of course, Mary comes in. It's like, very good, boy. That's really cool. I'm very proud of you.
My favourite moment in this is him just standing stock still with the dragon head over him, Nampa in the back, and him going, am I one step closer to being cool now?
Yeah. It's very good.
We're already at rock bottom, so I guess any step in any direction would be moving away from there.
Yeah.
And then the next step to being cool is forming a band.
But you can't play any instruments, Puniru points out. It's like, no, I'm the lead. So everyone just has to do what I say, and I'll sing the lyrics that I also have not written.
I just love the aesthetic, though. It's all. He
goes with the coolest song he knows, the Q-Chan theme tune.
Yes.
That's a cool show.
That's because the lyrics are in English. That's what makes it cool.
That's it. It's foreign trendy. Yes. Yeah.
Puniru all. Am I going to be the band? Yes, you are. Oh, cool. I'm going to change into my I'm a rocker girl outfit here. No. I need you to be the guitar. Well, at least I get to be in the band. That's cool.
She can only make the sound of her voice imitating a guitar.
Going wow.
But one of his shitty friends, he knows how to play the drums. No, not the regular
From
kind of
playing
band
Rhythm
drums.
Tengoku. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Similarly, I'm a dancer. Is it because you play DTR? Yeah, it's because you play DTR. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Also, we have the toy. Oh crap! They changed the toy's name, but I
Rudy
can't.
Roo is short of
Rudy Rune is going to also be a backup dancer. So they got two backup dancers, traditional Japanese drum.
And they got Nampa on keyboards, and they're like, "Is a melodica a keyboard?"
It has keys. You got to admit.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, this is It's like, is this a good topic for a panel, or is it's definitely a good topic for an AMV of finding bad bands in anime?"
Yeah.
Bad bands. Well, like usual school festival ones are probably a mainstay.
And your guy in Classicaloid, the one who wants to be a musician and doesn't want to do any
actual
practice.
Work.
Yeah. Anyway, this was thoughts which I'm going through my head this week after seeing this bit, because the reveal of the band is great, because they're all earnestly acting like a band, and I was like, it's the Bob's Burgers comparison comes up again, because this is a plot in the Bob's Burgers episode when Gene puts together a band. And it's
similar age ranges,
Yes.
Yeah. God.
You got
Chibi Junior right here.
Yes.
Yeah, Puniru also doing the universal constants, like you're saying, Brian. I guess this is of the age to form a shitty band. So
yes.
Yeah.
And then the next segment is Kataru is now going to take advice from a comic. Gonna model himself after this, and like
kind of like, effortlessly kind of aloof, cool guy, fun saying, "Hey, Meg, how's it going, Kotaro?" Fun saying, "It's all right. What's up with you?" Or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. Fun saying, "Yeah, he's really cool. I gotta try that out with him."
The Puniru is like, "What do you want to tell Mab?" Because he's built himself up to tell Mabby that he loves her, and he's like, I'm going to tell Mabby that I like her. And Puniru's like, okay, Mabby, get over here.
Guess who likes you?
Katara's wants to tell you that he likes you.
Yeah, it's not even like teasing about it. It's just like a child going like, I am a child and can say if I like or dislike you to your face with no repercussions because I don't understand the meaning of that. Yeah.
And Mabby says, yes, you're a good friend. And he's like, oh, this wrecks his world.
Maybe I just didn't say it the right way. It wasn't cool enough. I'll just practice here at Puniru. Puniru, you turn into me and you try doing it. I don't just goes off and does it anyway. But done up, I transform into like, here's the idealized, cool version of Kotaro and James. Like all the girls are going, wow, who's he?
Yes, because he's now like half a head taller. The fake Puniru is it's fake Kotaro rather. The real Puniru as fake Kotaro is like half a head taller than Kirara, as opposed to like half a head shorter.
A slightly more handsome character design rather than a cartoony character design.
Yes. Yeah. Which doesn't work because she sees right through.
I can see your inner child, and my inner mother is calling out to be very disturbing, as she often is.
I'm so happy that you've told me, your mother, that you love me so much. Because I was ever told was wanted to hear.
Very
missing.
And then my favorite bit of the episode is when Kotaro really thinks, "Oh my goodness, I'm a loser," and then Puniru goes, "You're only just realizing now you're a loser. You're a newcomer."
It's a good show, and like it's been a running joke a few times. Like the only thing you got going for you, Kotaro, is Puniru. Like there's nothing going on about you that's interesting at all. Yeah,
but
you managed to make your toy come to life.
Because maybe if you're a loser, then it won't matter how many times she turns you down. You just gotta keep asking until you wear her down a bit. It's just like that. You just want to keep her getting rejected.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool how he keeps trying, sticking with it.
Yes. So now the other two girls who he's not interested in now think he is a little bit cooler than he was at the start of the episode.
Because he doesn't give a fuck about how lame he looks by constantly getting rejected. Yes. Like, that's pretty cool, the way he doesn't give a fuck about other people's opinion of how stupid he looks.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, some funny stuff, as always. Yeah. I'm glad I picked it up based on the Nabashin episode, because it is quite a strange show.
And then touching upon this, like, the shared thing of adolescent awkwardness. It's like, we've all done that or something like it. Yeah.
Similar enough, yeah. Not with a living slime doll, but close enough. Yeah.
Oh, if only.
Then Ranma 1/2, episode 9. I'll Never Let Go, which we get a full episode of martial arts ice skating between Al. What does Ranma call him at the start of the episode?
Oh, he's a very old-fashioned insult for him. Yeah. Like you cad or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck he calls him. Philanderer. That was it.
Yes,
philanderer. Because they meet up, I guess, in the boys and girls dressing rooms kind of thing, where he's like, all right, I'm gonna steal a kiss from your fiance, because the fact that she's your fiance, that just makes me hornier. I'd like to break you guys up. That's my whole deal, man. And as they're introduced, their whole deal is to break up the opposite couple in couple skating, which is a weirdly specific martial arts niche of ice skating, but you do you.
I watched I watched the dub this week on Netflix, and this was the point where I realized the subtitles are dub titles, even on the
I assume
subtitles.
they were, because that seems like the easier way to do it. But yeah,
There were like little things here or there, like it happens like a lot, where like that's not what they're saying, or it's just like I guess one could interpret it that way, but it requires really kind of glazing the thing to get to that level of.
I mean, like, I know not
application.
just from reading the comic, but in Dandadan, I can hear the insults they're fucking throwing at each other. So you really like bringing it down to like, hey, idiot. Actually, I think they don't even sub it that way. Like, they really make it very light insults.
Well, in Dandadan, it's just like there's like, you fucking fucker.
yeah.
It's like they're high school
They're
students.
not clever, but they are reducing the swears, is what I'm saying.
They're skipping class to fight monsters and aliens. They're not learning any more vocab.
I think my favorite bit of animation is this right at the start when Ranma tries to make his ice skating entrance look glamorous, as Akane's realizing, oh no, you still don't know how to ice skate properly, and they
he can
immediately fall over
on the ice, and that's the extent of it. Yeah,
and it's just the slow spin across the ice. I thought that's such a.
I like the split screen where Akane's head is attached to go, what are you doing down there? It's his head upside down on the bomb, but then they move forward and they kind of heads move away, followed by his feet. You're bending away, you shouldn't be bending, boy. And across the ice, it's good.
There's a lot of very good like animation flourishes of jokes. Like, I like the repeated thing your man grunting as he has to lift 3 people in a lift, which is a little different than usual ice skating. But like, yeah, you can reuse that. Also, the amount of little grunts and noises that he makes is just really fucking funny. I don't know, the voice actor just.
It's just Memro Miana, man. So it's just, of course, it's going.
But they're just like, they're nice little subtle things. You'd miss them in the sound balance sometimes, but like, it's just it really enhances.
He's the best in the business at it.
Yeah, he's currently the live action wingman villain as well. He's excellent doing actual acting with his face and his body there.
Good stuff.
Ironically, when he transforms into the monster form, he doesn't talk, because if he talks, the human characters will realize he's their school principal. So when he's the monster, he's just grunting.
Okay.
That
sounds like the principal.
Yeah, so Ryoga is determined to take Ranma's place and team up with Akane. So he escapes the bond, turns back into a human, and then manages to turn Ranma into a woman, and now he ends up paired with Ranma.
Yeah, a long, complicated thing. Like, I even like the opening where a bunch of people are coming into school going like, what's the Charlotte Cup? I don't know what the fuck this is about. It's just like, they're not just playing, it is for a pig. Everyone, you're aware of that kind of thing. Yeah.
What is this fucking medieval France where we having jousting over a pig? What the hell is this?
Shiratori is smart enough to figure out that Ryoga is Charlotte, because they were in the same neckband. Yeah.
Collar.
Collar, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes.
Pig collar. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like Ranma, despite having a pretty pointed out, he's broken every bone in his body, / her body. It's like, no, fuck this. I'm going back out there.
But he does
really
break every
on my ass here.
He breaks every bone in his body with their killer move, where he raises all 3 of them up in line, spins them around with the point where you have to let go of your partner's hand, betraying that trust. And Ranma doesn't let go and takes the brunt of the impact, breaking all his bones and presumably still all of his bones as a girl when he's transformed into a girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any healing.
I mean, like, it's
Dr. Stone style,
you know what I mean?
just transforms every cell in your body at once. It's like, okay, let's refresh it all over.
But I figure because like, he's shorter as a girl, like, these bones are like tighter together from all the cracks. Like, that's about as much as I can do.
They've all fused. Now you can't unfuse.
I think to a degree they're saved by gag manga logic.
Yes, yeah.
And the final reveal of the episode is this ice rink is just over the top of a swimming pool, but it's still wet underneath the top of the ice.
As we got our 2 boys, one is a girl. On top of this, like he ran smashes going like, I never actually learned to skate, even though I wanted to do the pair skating. But maybe if I smash this, oh God, we're over water. And Ranma's like, yeah, I'm already a girl, so this makes no difference to me in this situation.
But yes, Ryoga now has the peril. I cannot be seen turn in front of a pig. Turn into front of a pig. Now turn into a pig in front of a Kane.
Or be mistaken to be a pig because he's been in her bed, you see. Aha.
Yes.
I mean, like, how long does he think he's going to keep this up? You've not thought about getting a cure to this whole situation.
The entire
You've
series,
seen
I think.
Yeah.
Because it's
we're not on Ranma. It was just like, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Ranma does not give a fuck if his secret
boy,
is discovered.
I can fight either way. I don't give a fuck.
And then we get like the auras of the two pairs facing off each other as a cliffhanger. Tiger versus the dragon.
Yeah,
classic.
Giri all over again. Then we've got Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 10, Truth.
Orb.
Would you guess? But Teddy is a jerk to everybody again.
He's such a cunt. Oh my God. He's such a piece of shit, man. It's so good. Like, I hate him, but he's very funny to watch.
Yes.
You want to read for like, but not learn nothing? Like, what's that about?
Listen. Reading's not for stupid people like you. Reading's for smart guys like me. Like, you don't have the education to read. You're being taught to read? No, that's not how this fucking works.
We've seen the interplay with like there was like among like it was just trying to kind of school children. But here's how like all the universe works. But why? But why does we get 7 colors in the rainbow? But you see, that is anyway. Hey, but Daddy, I was going to ask you a question. Why is like but the get some colors in the rainbow? What's probably some interplay between like moisture in the atmosphere and stuff like that? Oh yeah, we're a bit like in Epicurus and in the Quick one too. Oh, cool. Can I see those books? No, you may not. Those are for me.
Like he doesn't go into the Bible thing. God shot down the rainbow to go, I'm not going to flood the world again like that one time I did. Sorry, super sorry. It's like God put the rainbow down because we survived the rain, and the children are like, cool. Why is it different colors? And it's like, and he explains refraction, and it's like, how do I explain that to children? It's like, I don't fucking care. Like, that's how it fucking happens. All right, get the fuck out of here. Also, you owe me paper and ink now because I've explained rainbows to you.
They discuss a bit of poetry though as well, because he's interested in this because of the poet that talks about Epicurus. And he won't pass this information on to him, so he's like, I'll just go to the library tomorrow then.
His thing of constantly is just like, fucking what a prick, like fucking like God has a plan for everyone and he's being a cunt about it. It's like, well, God must have a plan because he made him into a prick, and it's like, no, I must be forgiving in every fucking aspect because
I like the fleshing out we got of Father Grabowski. Because there's like it's like everybody has a curiosity about them. I like that.
Yes. And even him admitting is like, I heard his poetry is just sublime. I know he was a heathen, but I mean,
like so many great men in history, I'm always quoting them, and that's why, like, but then he has this thing like, yes, I was reading those books, only to denounce because they're pagan beliefs, of course. Yes, that'll do.
And we get the villagers have been gossiping about the scar that he's got on his face.
He's supposed to be saying mass, but he's gone off like a priest often does on a fucking like just it's like, I drifted off there, and it's like, hey, I asked Benny how he got his scars. He's like, he just told you. He's like, yeah, he killed his best friend in a duel because the guy stole his research, and they're just like, whoa, that's cool. The church let a killer be. It's like, no, but that was in the seminary, so that was before he was in the fucking thing, and it's just like, that's still kind of fucked up, though. Let's not go to Bedeni for any reason.
You cannot convict a sitting parish priest, right? It's right there.
There's some point in the episode, Bedeni's making the point that the truth is dangerous and should be handled carefully.
Well, you get some more of that, much more of that at the end, but like we see like the next batch of inquisitors like being a and saying after the bishop now before you get set off and you do this and saying after the fall of the Roman Empire it was like chaos and violence everywhere, but who kept it going? Us, the church. So we got to keep this shit on lock, so we can't go back to how it was. It's your job to root out these people who are trying to upset this balance because their souls are going to hell. They can't be saved. So
the way he's saying it, like he's not saying it's like get the heathens and burn them. It's just like save their souls. You need to save everyone's soul. It's not their fault they were tempted by the devil. That's the devil. So you need to go out there and make sure they don't fucking sin again. That's the important. Like he's saying it in the nicest way possible. But you know what a fucking inquisitor is from history.
He's giving them a pep talk, which is why the two lads that it worked on them. And then they run into the final part is them running into Novak, where it's
how are you, lads?
Yeah, where their enthusiasm is met with like this laconic, "This is my day job, get it over and done with, clock off" response from Novak.
Yeah. I torture people as a job. It pays the bills, puts my daughter through college. Presumably puts his daughter through college. I don't fucking know what her deal is. We can't possibly know at this stage.
Researcher at the college.
Yeah.
But it's really illustrative of this, like even like the worldview that they have is that as much as people are living in kind of in fear of the church and what the Inquisitors might do, they're coming from a place of fearful and saying we can't go back to how things were in the history books after like the Dark Age and stuff like that. But at the same time, we don't want to proceed forward either. This is as good as it gets.
Right here,
don't poke around. We're like we're into God's domain. You're inviting in terror and chaos into our world again. We can't go back. We can't go forward. We gotta stay right here in our lane.
And even like guys like Bedini, who you kind of get the internal ideas of, like he's not trying to upset the balance of this. The balance of this is fine by him. As he's saying to your man, it's like, why are you giving part of your bread rations to the poor? They don't fucking deserve it. You're not going to get into heaven for helping the poor. Who the fuck gets into heaven for helping the poor? That's bullshit. No, and nowhere in the Bible is that ever fucking written. Get the fuck. Also, dig me a tunnel from the church to the shed where I'm doing my research. Also, dig us an escape tunnel. Your man's just like, can I have extra bread for doing it? No extra bread until he meets one of the guys he's been given bread to, and then he all of a sudden I had this extra bread lying around.
It's also more so like he cracks it fun said, oh, see, fun. What the fuck is he fun reading for fun? These cartons from this box aren't worth shit. There's something gone wrong somewhere. What's the pendant about? Hang on. And then it's like one of those little moments just kind of hanging like, from two nails suspended in the middle of the same. If it was these points,
it wasn't a circle, and it was
this
an
for a star, this for a planet, it would go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By God, I've done it. Yes. I'm gonna punch the wall so hard I'm gonna break my own hand. Yes.
I mean, like he does have to self-flagellate so that God will accept him.
Done that, but my God, I've done it.
If he doesn't flagellate himself, God's not going to accept him as the one true heir to knowledge of the universe. Yeah.
He got so excited again, he threw up.
Because he's starting paying at least one of the homeless guys for his brain, and we don't know. I don't think we know exactly what he means by that yet.
No, not yet.
Father Grabowski, he gets a little bit of a plot as well because he goes to the library the next day and it's closed because we learned the count has died, and everything's up in the air there at the moment. So they're like,
that's why we don't see our third main character, because she's presumably busy as fuck with all the restructuring that's going on.
I've seen her a little while now.
Yes, and they have to go to a different university. As he's walking back, he's like, "Well, it's like at least I came out here. It wasn't entirely wasted.
I got a good walk in. I got it there. I this is all God's plan. So it was, yeah."
And then he spots a book under a bush.
Ooh, left that there.
A book that perhaps fell off the building when the Count died, and it was the last thing he wrote in, and he did a little diagram of heliocentrism in it. Yep, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yes. And I'm like, at this point, I was like, not this point, but towards the end, I was like, once Novak was in, I was like, how much of a jerk is Bedeni? Is he going to somehow, to avoid persecution, is he willing to sell out Father Grabowski as being the actual person?
I can, like, Bedeni is an absolute fucking cunt to deal with. I can't tell if he's actually a bad person so far.
That's the thing.
Because when he hears that the Count died, he's kind of like taken aback a second. He's like,
"Oh,
we should pray for his soul then, obviously, because again, he does believe in God. He does believe in that structure, and he doesn't plan on upending that order. He's just trying to perfect it. That's it.
Well, no, he wants to get to the truth, the truth of things.
Yeah,
Is this how God says it? We shouldn't question it. If I'm truly to know God, I must know His creation. So I don't want to go in there with all the facts,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But Denny is such a fantastic character, and Novak is as well. Even though he's only briefly here, I assume we get loads more of him next week.
Yeah.
And these two kids.
First day in the job, looking pulling dudes' fingernails out.
Rough.
Then we've on to Sengoku Yoku, episode 32, Dawn.
Here's why your plan is stupid, Void people. We're going to get the cat to tell us.
I wrote down Felis Ex Machina.
Because it's not only great that your man is trying to have them all sat in a room talking to each other, but it's like, you guys killed a bunch of people, and it's like, well, you if you die, a lot of people wouldn't die, and the tiger and the dragon are like, we are fucking zoning the fuck out, like this is very complicated.
Can we fight somebody, please?
That's mainly what we're here for, and just the little guy who's like, I'm here to represent 1,000 other fucking guys. I'm not gonna.
I gotta be real tough still. I'm gonna have my arms full, even though I'm like an inch tall. Like, yeah, let's get him.
Yes, I like how we get the cuts of him thoughtfully considering the conversation, and I like Senya having like starting to get angry and then remembering, no, just hold it back. That's not the way to approach this.
Fighting is not the solution. I've figured that out again. It's taken me several times to figure this out. Like this. Us talking about this, it's like, well, maybe they're right. I don't like to admit that, but I have to consider the possibility. And even going to like I've got 1,000 guys in here. Guys, any ideas? It's like,
this is a tough one.
And he's like,
fellas, we're arguing here. We're getting nowhere. Let's just ask the cat who can see the future, what and see like all possible realities, what could do. Oh yeah, let's bring him in here. And it's just like, okay, what do you got? So you're from Void people, gotcha. Oh boy! Oh no! Oh boy! You got this all wrong. Oh my god!
So the basic thing is, it's just like, so you're gonna you need the 1,000 power of him and the 1,000 power of the 1,000-tailed fox guy, right? And it's like, yeah, we'll use the 1,000-tailed fox's guy power to send the 1,000 the combined 1,000
1,000-fold wonder.
1,000-fold wonder, thank you, I couldn't think of the name, into the future, where we'll use that to alter fate, because we can alter fate. That's how we managed to send ourselves back once, and we'd harnessed the power of fate, and we'd build this great society. And it's like, there's your problem. You altered fate to the point where you were going to get hit by a meteor or a volcano or like a warlord.
Yeah. Their initial thing is we're going like, no, we need two powerful spiritual entities, one to send the other one forward and time the other one to blow the meteor, like so many action films.
To basically change fate so that the meteor would go a different way. And it's like, you've been changing your good luck so much that bad luck was coming for you. So your society is doomed anyway. So what you do is go back to the future, give up all your belongings, burn it in a big pyre, and say, I'm real sorry, universe, and see like if that does it. Like that's the best you can do. You've already changed fate enough that it's gonna fuck you up a little, but like if you apologize, maybe it'll be cool. If you give up all your worldly possessions, everything that you earned by altering fate, maybe fate won't kick your ass. And they're like, fuck. Okay, I guess we're going to go to the future then. I mean, the third void person is like, fuck that. We came all this fucking way to the past to sort this shit out.
It doesn't matter. There won't be some kind of magical thing that will pull fate out of the atmosphere. It's just never going to come. So you got to like try and act now with what you got to try and avert catastrophe or mitigate it, because it's going to happen anyway. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, yeah. I like when we kind of see the other two, the man and the woman void people going back to the future, and they just like, they look like they're scientists when they're kind of going back, and I was like, oh, is that because fate's altered to our reality presumably now? They didn't go into the fate altering magics, they went into the sciences, so maybe things work out. Maybe.
Well, Isaac Newton, as we know from Escaflowne, was all about using science to alter fate. You know, just following in his footsteps.
Don't do it.
I read it differently. I read it that's what their society was
See,
up to out.
that's what
They
I
were
was
like,
wondering.
yeah, it's like the I think particularly the Mal Dante does a similar thing where it's like
Hmm.
there was a previous advanced civilization that fell. And the advanced civilization isn't just like a fantasy advanced civilization; it's like a sci-fi advanced civilization.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, was it trying to like go like this is because their fate has been changed now, or was it like this is what they look like because it's the equivalent of like modern dress, essentially? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I took it as that. I took it like their burning of fate was to drive home. It's the burning of fossil fuels.
Yeah.
And yeah, just go home, stop doing what you're doing, and pray that you survive the meteor, the smaller meteor hitting you than the big one, which is currently hitting you.
I did like actually in this whole bits that the woman void person was like just like I am fucking delighted that there is a cat here. It is sitting on my lap as it explains our doom to us. Like she was just like, whoa, a cat.
Well, if someone's got to tell me, I'd rather it be an adorable cat.
Yeah. I think it's like bad news in a beautiful, cute package. I think, yeah. That's a good way to do it.
That's the whole cat soul thing is like, well, here's a problem right here. You got too much fate up in the atmosphere.
And everyone's kind of like, yeah, sorry, we couldn't work it out better.
It's just like,
yeah,
you've tempted fate so much that it's going to bounce back in a pretty wild way. Then the two of them saying, well, the little guy's going, oh, I'm not doing this fun. Saying, yeah, we're taller, we're bigger than you, so we're safe, we're going home. Forget about it.
Yeah, I think his thing was like, I'm in charge, so yeah.
Yeah, your little guy was going to go further into the future to try and find a solution.
I'm going to keep searching time for a solution. Yeah. And then he changes character designs as it fucking scrolls, and it's like, okay, is that something? I don't know what that's. Maybe that's something down the line. We'll see.
And Sengoku gives them some hope, saying, "I'm descended from you guys, so I know somehow you're going to some of you are going to survive somehow for me to exist."
You clearly don't cease to exist. There are still silver-haired tribe me, like his dad isn't around. But there's also the there's the fairy eyes is still around, obviously with literally the guy who's doing the negotiations in this room. So you still exist.
And then we check back in on fighting Banshuo because that still needs to be taken care of. Even though they don't need him anymore, which is handy because they completely kick his ass.
They're like, don't kick his arse entirely. We still need him. Oh Jesus, he's really beating him into the fucking ground. And the Banjo's like, oh, I fucking hell, stop beating my ass. Which is
why we used to keep fighting. I had to keep fighting him because I had to show Master, and now I gotta go tell Master. Even though he already knows he's dead, but he's just like, I gotta go do it. I gotta go see it. I gotta go tell him.
I really like the bits with the monks kind of watching him like openly bawl over his dead master kind of thing. It's like, yeah, look, I've never seen anyone cry like that. Yes, it is the freedom of a beast. I wish I could cry like that. They were just like, damn, I wish I could openly express my emotions and not give a fuck about other people. But yeah, there you go. Them's the breaks.
Yeah,
I know. And it does as much killing as they have. I guess you kind of get sealed off from your emotions a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like you see it in kind of Senya where he's tearing up, but he's like staying tight-lipped about it, kind of thing. Yeah.
We get a brief confrontation of the two guys who we thought were the same character at the start of the series because the character designs are so similar.
I mean, it seemed like they should be, but them going like, it's you, fucker. Oh, it's you, fucker. It's just like, because they haven't been interacting. They've never been in the same room before, basically, is the problem.
No, there's the great line, oh, I see you never died. And he goes, I see you never lived.
Because it's just like, yeah, you're just a ghost haunting people. Where me, I'm with my cool fucking #1 gal, and
come on, baby, we're out of here.
Yeah.
And then she was just like a Hedorah would do like gather him. It's just like sure thing.
Yes, that's
very back down.
Yeah. Senya, don't go rushing off into the finale yet. We need to think about this.
Senya's like, I'm gonna go off on my own. It's like, no, you're fucking not. Stop trying to do that. Very good, yeah. It's nice to have those little comedic things when all this kind of like seriousness and tragedy is happening.
Yeah, it feels extra funny because it's happening while the credits are running. So you feel like
it should be dramatic, but it's not.
Yeah. yeah, they end on the line. It's about time we wrap it up. There, or something like that.
This battle has raged for decades now, so we got to trying to put it to bed.
Yeah, very good stuff.
It's in that kind of tradition of what music can be. These stories often end like you will get a grand battle anyways, but it won't be what decides it. It's literally people who have to sit down. Can we just like be honest about what we want to and see if we can come meet in the middle? Well, they will at least attempt that. They might fight anyway, but at least there's always the attempt, and maybe often the resolution of things is just that.
It's as Brian was saying like last week with the with the big fight. It's really cool, and then a guy kind of pops in and goes like, "Hey, could you stop fighting? We'll fucking sit down and hash this out." Like, just it's really nice that it's just like, yeah, that's the sensible way to do it. Like, work it out.
Just make it this kind of less satisfying or kind of intriguing. It's just like to be told, no, there's no like real way to fix your situation, no matter how hard you try. You just got to take your lumps now. It's not what you want to hear, but that's just life. It's just fuck it is. Like it's comic can be pretty rough, but it's telling you straight talk right there.
Then we've got Chibi Godzilla raids again, season 2, episode 34. Maybe what they needed was to employ Chibi Mecha-Godzilla to help them out, because he's taking care of pollution this week, and ends up cleaning Chibi Hedorah.
Because it's just like I've made this water purifier. It's like fantastic. And how is it Hedorah gets it stuck into it again, or did it just?
I think he volunteers to get in it.
Okay, yeah. And it definitely makes him seem like he's cleaner and nicer, but he's just as much of a cunt as he was before he went to machine. Just like from a seemingly nice place, but like killing you with compliments, like false compliments most of the time. But yeah. Real shit.
Oh yeah, he gets in it because he's claiming that he's not dirty. And so therefore it won't have any effect on him.
Right.
Uh-huh.
The smog monster isn't dirty. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
you can't really. You're used to your own stench. It's just around you.
Yeah.
You get acclimated to it. You don't notice it, but everyone else does.
But the clean version is voiced by. That makes sense. Ayumu Murase is doing the clean version, so he's got a much softer voice. The character design is like he's just like water now, and the shape is much more smooth. And they're like, oh, maybe he won't be a killjoy old geezer. No, he's just a different sort. He's just still a killjoy. He just scolds them for not being as pure as he is.
Yeah. He's not trying to drag you down into the muck. He thinks he's better than you now. Yeah.
Yes, and then I remember the punchline is like the last minute is a politically correct version of Chibi Godzilla raids again.
They play the same episode, but without all of the shitty jokes and with all them jumping at the camera. It was like, we should clean up the environment, kids.
Yay!
Yeah.
Iron helps us play.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, the close up, the smash zoom to Chibi Mecha-Godzilla facing the camera going, yes, everybody is different and great in their own way. Come on, let's run and play outside, with the subtitle saying excessive exercise may lead to health risks.
Don't do it.
Oh, we need to cover all our fucking bases. Like, do exercise, but not too much. Yeah.
It was one of these ones where it's not just a man's eye, there's some clever sketch comedy in there as well.
Yeah.
Then the question is, have you ever seen a cattle mutilation in Dan episode 10?
Yes, once.
Fortunately, no.
How many Daniel Bryan matches have I seen? Bryan Danielson matches.
I have a sister who was like when a cow was calving, couldn't calf normal way, so we got a C-section. And you think you know the inside of a cow? You don't. It's a exotic environment in there.
That's a very controlled mutilation, but that definitely counts. Yeah.
Nonetheless, I got better. Just stapled it back up. It's all good. Most other things, but yes.
First things first, though. Are you Baldy's being bullied? We need to find out from the school nurse.
I've forgotten did it have the joke in the comic where her badge is her sitting at her desk in the position. You know that fucking that bit from Hot Fuzz,
Hot
where it's
Fuzz.
him
Yes.
behind himself. Like I fucking love that, or Spider-Man in the picture behind the desk of the way desk he's sitting in front of. I fucking love that joke, and I've never seen it done with their ID badge before, but it's beautiful.
Just refused to move for the camera with his head to just take it. Only a few hours to do this, all of them in one day.
Yeah, I will check, but based on the interview, it could be directly from Hot Fuzz, because the interview when I went to see it at the cinema is because the director says when he watches a film and sees a shot that he likes, he puts it in his book of shots that he can steal in future projects.
Like I said, I've seen that done multiple times, and it's always a really funny joke with the character in exactly the same picture position in the picture that they are in currently. It's a good fucking joke. It always works.
Yes, this was her name Nurse Queen.
Queen Sensei.
Yes.
Yeah, Queen Sensei. I think that's how it's subtitled anyway. And she's like, "Hey, I'm not about bullying, so you kids got to tell me if you're being bullied." And then the guy comes in saying, "There's a call for you in the teacher's office." Like, "You son of a bitch! I told you to fucking never come around here again. Now you're going to get a whipping, Baldy." It's like, "All right, kids, I'm just going to have to step out for a minute. You take care of yourselves." While she whips that man in the corridor.
You like that?
Probably. Yeah.
You knew it would displease her. This is planned.
It's not a regular whip, guys. Don't worry about it. It's one of those very short whips used for sex play. It's perfectly safe. There's nothing weird about this situation at all.
Won't strike the flesh from his back or anything.
Yeah. And they're all just kind of like perturbed. It's like, "Oh God, we got to explain this to the nurse." It's like, "No, we didn't get bullying. All right, let's get our story straight. What are we going to say?" It's like, "Well, I'm just going to say you did it to me, Momo. Hey, you should say she did it to you and bullied you to do it too." It's like, that's our story and we're sticking to
it. Yeah, she's like, no, that's a fresh joke. The badge is. And yeah, I think she's only in the comic for 3 pages at this point.
Again, kind of capitalize on, like, if you like Queen Sensei, she's in recent chapters of the comic right now. So maybe you go pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think that's where we learned the name, because I don't think she gets named.
I think she's named because we see her name badge, basically.
Yes,
so by the time currently in the comic she's named, so yeah, it's grand. It all works out.
Yeah. And then they try and Momo wants to know what Okura was doing with Iora when she caught them. Okura wants to try and figure out what's going on with the space aliens and the yokai. And Iora is trying to like negotiate with her conscience about what she should actually do as an explanation for what happened.
Also, if she can get that boy to admit that she likes her, that would be really cool as well as the other thing. Yeah.
When she takes this kind of step of, like, the rest of her classmates are going, "Who fucking did that to you? I was that fucking Momo chick. We should go fucking kick her ass. Yeah, we should have a good fun saying, because
initially she's kind of smugly smiling at herself. It's like, "I don't want to talk about it, guys. It's really uncomfortable for me." And it's like, "Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to fucking bring it up." It's like, she fucking bullied her, didn't she? Like, and she's like, "Brilliant. My fucking rep has protected me from running basically buck naked down the corridor." And then it's just like, "We got to fuck up that other chick." And she's like,
Nah. I started the rumor about that, and that's what I'm saying. And once that rep is going to the garage, I got to kind of torch it now to put things to rights.
And she's kind of kicking herself. It's like, "I fucking torpedoed my rep that I was being so smug about. Fuck, that's ruined my high school thing." So when Mom was like, "Hey, how'd it go?" It's like, "Yeah, I told him you did it." It's like, "No, you didn't, because you're here alone, and generally you got a bunch of hangers on when you're at school." So and it's like, shut up, because they're still being awkward teens about it. Again, it's the thing of she's a selfish little dick, but she's a good kid. Like it does that really well with her. It walks that line very well.
If only an alien would stumble out of the bushes, heavily injured, to break up this awkward moment. Oh, here's one now. It's the crab man. Thank goodness you're here. You are messed up, dude. Whoa.
He's bleeding. He's bleeding white goo all over the fucking place. All right. So he lapses into unconsciousness, wakes up in Momo's house with all the grannies and all the kids. And this is the first time anyone's ever tended to his wounds and given him a nice meal, whether or not they knew that he could eat curry. Unknown. He seems to hate
all we
human
had
food.
in, so we'll just like go over it.
So they have a big slap up sushi meal where he says he's greedily eating it while saying everything tastes terrible, and then the pull out and reveal of everybody fighting.
Everyone's fighting all the time. It's happy families around the dinner table because they're all beating the shit out of each other for various perceived slights, basically. Yeah.
Seiko going, I'm never cooking for any of you motherfuckers ever again. This dinner is over.
Yeah.
We get his tragic backstory that he has to work because his kid's got a blood disease and he has to earn the money for a blood transfusion every day.
Yeah, and I, unlike most of my people who are very strong and good at boxing, I am very weak and bad at boxing. So I got to take dangerous mercenary work in order to pay my kids' medical bills.
Yeah, it's I might go and see, but they expand on this a little bit, saying, "Oh yeah, Dana's work like being mercenaries and soldiers and stuff." Here's like the
shot of a
battlefield,
battlefield, yeah.
strewn with bodies of like dudes like him with cold shot through them of gruesome size. It's feeling pretty rough, like, you know. I felt bad for this crap, man. You're gonna feel even bad for him when a kid shows up, but it's okay. It's like, you fucking reek, dude. Anyone ever told you that?
And everyone's just like, "What the fuck, Granny? Don't fucking say it." That time is like, no. He stinks. He stinks like stinky milk that's been left out in the fucking sun. Here, drink this glass of milk. He's like, blood? What are you? Why do you guys have cartons of blood? It's a bit thin. It's like, yeah, we thin it out for people because it tastes better. But I could probably hook you up with a cow because you guys' blood is milk. That's why you abduct cows. It's like, of course, it all fucking fits.
This okra is just like fun. Whoa, golly, geez, this is the chicken piece is falling in the base.
Oh, by the way, as Momo keeps pointing out, see, Granny, there's an alien. He's like, that's a kappa, and he's going like, some people think kappas are aliens, and so he's not fucking helping. So the happy ever after, he announces from the spaceship as they're abducting the cows, like, "Thank you, you have saved my son and me from doing dangerous work." And the Granny's like, "Pretty sure that's a kappa. Yeah,
yep,
that's one of them kappa spaceships, I'm sure."
Yeah.
As they're all shouting wildly different things at the same fucking time and no one can hear what the fuck is saying. That's a good scene.
I also like how awkwardly rigid though, because I think like in this like in the spread in the comic, it's like almost fully a kind of scanned in cow getting brought up into the thing. It's just very stiff. Here's like, you know, stock model of a cow we had lying around, and the server is going to be levitated up into things. It's just not moving or struggling. It's just like going.
It's very comfortable for the cow. Yeah.
It's just chewing the cud. It's fine. It doesn't know what's going on.
They have to beg for school uniforms.
But it doesn't work for Momo because she revealed her hand out loud in front of her Granny.
We're just kids. We have to rely on adults for all the money for our things that we need. She falls it every time. Okay. You, Okaran, and you. Alright, you get uniforms. You
have to do an impression of my favorite comedian. If you do not keep up the impression as you're answering the door, keep it up. I'm fucking watching you. But would you know, it's her childhood friend at the door, breaking her impression, and Okaran realizes, oh fuck, I might have competition because that's also her first love, as the Granny points out.
Childhood friend. What's you doing here?
Yeah.
I think she still got it for you, dude. This crowd man that says like, Master Ken Takakura. She's just
she's taken out by his name. Yeah.
Someone did like go back into this like cap like every time with other no every time she killed up. Like, even in little scenes, there was like one the second episode they're getting chased. No, third episode I think it was. They're getting like chased on the hallway, and it's like, you know, Granny fun said at once, and she just goes like very briefly while they're being chased. Also, again, like with your background there, who was like things like maybe the reason is like
when they're in the nurse's office, Okaran theorizes that the reason why they're targeting humans affected by spiritual shenanigans and not the yokai themselves, which presumably would have more power, is because they can't invade Earth with all these fucking ghosts.
It is
everywhere,
too haunted
all over
to
Earth.
invade it.
Yeah, so they're going to practice on humans that are haunted because, like, baby steps, basically. You got to learn small, and then you can work your way to bigger things. You can take on a guy possessed by Turbo Granny, and then get your Turbo Grannies. Yeah.
Which there might be some truth in that.
It's a solid fucking theory anyway. Yeah.
Yes, I think there's elements towards, because we've got a little bit more idea in the comic what the truth is, but still not the full idea. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. But it is interesting. It is interesting watching this with the knowledge of, because obviously they're making this with more knowledge.
Yeah. They know where it's going and everything.
They put things in. The anime was his spaceship shown from the other side when it's just the Millennium Falcon with a house on top.
With the numbers filed off, and we stuck a silly crab eyes on it, so it's totally not that.
Listen to Falcon, it's completely different. Doesn't have a house on top of it, see?
Yeah, good episode. And of course, the other important thing is our crab alien says, "I will never forget my debt. If you ever need help, I'll be on your side."
Yeah.
There's a reason why I say this guy's one of my favorite characters. He is coming back. Do not worry.
Yes.
The crab alien will return in Thunderball. So we're good.
Yes.
It was like a nice. It's if you kind of dial down from the last encounter and just kind of just briefly just literally open the door to the next one that's going to come in the way. It's like, this is a little like transitionary period here. Where it's like, let's just take care of some of these problems, and. We didn't forget about that crap, man. He's still around. We're going to sort him out as well.
Yeah.
I've minimized the wrong window. I've maximized the wrong window.
The next one on the docket is Negative Positive Angler, episode 10, Tsunehiro and Takaaki.
Oh, what a great fun episode to talk about.
just
like
negative angler this week. Just negative. No positive, just negative.
Oh, because we're episode fucking 10, enough characters know enough things to go, hey, wait a second.
I think he might be dying.
Yeah, so he has I guess he has a stomach bug from eating like stinky fish from the back of the fridge. It's like, that should have been fucking thrown out. Like, I don't know why you ate that and now you got a stomach bug. But as you were rushing to the bathroom for obvious reasons, I caught your phone and I was like, what are you looking up that for? And I was like, yeah, I think he got a stomach bug. And it's like, yeah, maybe he thought he was dying. It's like, yeah, he mentioned to me, what would you do like if you were dying in 2 years? He's like, sorry, he said what? And it's like, when I first met him, he said, I'm not going to be around for much longer. Oh, he's dying. And he's fucking running away from that. Well, now I'm going to badger him to get to the fucking hospital.
Go to a doctor and go do it. No,
it was also they were visiting the manager in the hospital who injured himself skateboarding, which is very funny.
I just want to think that was cool.
And he refused to go to the hospital because that was the hospital where he got diagnosed. They're not going to recognize you, dude. Hundreds of people come in and out of that fucking building every day. But he's too scared to go near the hospital because if he confirms that he's going to die in a year and a half now, because it has been like 6 months, I think.
He does kind of keep on him. He really kind of keeps on him. I can say Takaaki is like, he's being real patient and real like trying to understand about this dude. But you could just like feel this like the patience really wearing upon saying, okay, no, we're not waiting. We're going to just call and make the appointment right now. But I haven't got my medical card for and saying, oh my god. Well, when you get home and find it, for love and honor of God, just call and make the appointment. Please, I'm begging you, man. Please do it.
I like that was done over like text messages because he's generally such a friendly guy. Like, you can come across a lot, like tone is lost in text messages, so it came across a lot harsher in text message than it would have if he was saying it in person. Like, it was a good choice.
Yeah, but that's when like he fucking bristles at him later on and saying, "Why are you getting so involved in my life, man? Everyone just got putting in and things." It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I just fucking give a damn about you. What fucking like right do you have?
And the thing that's really getting to him is his hypocrisy of, it's like, you're just running away from things. And it's like, hang on a second now. I've learned a bit of your backstory.
He gets his ammo when his uncle comes by the shop and finds saying, "Is there like a farm at the Takaaki roaster?" Oh, he's not on shift today. I think he's off tomorrow as well. Like, I can give you a message on the phone and say, no, just tell him, like, I'm his uncle, and just tell him that we're very worried about him and tell him to come home soon. Look, I'm only been visiting his son, his brother's grave, like, and what is shocking it all together. It's just like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
because he'd mentioned to him as like your brother died, but yeah, sorry.
Yes, because when we learn that this guy who's trying to help our main character get to the hospital ran away from the exact same situation when his brother was in the exact same situation. He couldn't face his brother dying, and so that's the impression that you get from the uncle, is that he ran away before the brother died.
And that doesn't seem to be the case with his like thing of him like playing catch with his brother just outside the hospital in like a green area. It's like he does seem to have been there in his brother's life. From what we've seen in those flashbacks, is like, what's the family's perspective on it? The family's perspective is clearly you ran away while your brother was dying. But yeah.
So this makes everything he's said previously to him now ring false.
And I assume if it is the case of he did run away, like not wanting to confront death like that, the death of a loved one rather than his own death. I assume it's like, I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. Is I presume what it is. If he did, if he is being a hypocrite, he doesn't want this to like. I fucked up by being this. I don't want you to fuck up in the same way I did. Also, my family are assholes.
Followed the advice, the probably good advice you give to other people yourself. That's the way everybody fucking is.
Yes. Of course, and when he gets confronted with all this, his response is to grab the keys and drive away. Which does not help matters, so that's why he then gets his flat smashed in while he's not there.
Dude, that's not your table. Don't flip it. Ah, man. But he can't bring himself to smash the mug.
Doesn't bring the mug. Well, it's early on the rampage. I guess something's just got knocked off the top of the drawers there. You could probably put them back and anything was actually broken. But the mug, it's just like, the fun is so many fun people here, like, who were helping you because they saw you were in trouble, man. Like, you were being chased by loan sharks into a river and they want to help you out. Like, so why wouldn't they help you out? They found out you were sick, It's this real... just the fun, the one way this fucking like guy thinks, it's
when you were a stranger to them, this guy took you in, got you a fucking job. Like they wanted to help you when you were a stranger. Now that they know you and like you, they would absolutely want the best for you. But yeah, it's kind of self-defeating, and he's just too scared to confront death. Essentially, it's like, I can't confirm that I'm going to die, so it'd be better if I just keeled over within 2 years. I think that would be for the best. Yeah, it's just like, nah, man. But I get the fear. Like, yeah, I get that.
I get the fear, like, if it's like you also like you can't do that to people because it's not fucking fair on them. Because you can't. We really fucking like you, dude. But we really want to know if we have much fun with you, like, we want to like make sure you're okay, and you can't just like up and die and because you didn't fucking tell us nothing about it. I thought like, you couldn't tell us. Why couldn't you tell us? That's really fucked up, dude.
Yeah, like at the start of the episode, they go and visit the manager because he fucking busted himself on a skateboard. It's like they are concerned for his health and welfare. He's a prick.
They're going to rip the piss out of him, but like,
he's also their friend.
Bottle like, Lucasade and shit. Come on.
Yeah, and it's the idea that as I said it, like she was like, yeah, like, I'd tell my brother first, and then I'd tell the rest of you fucking guys if I was going to die in 2 years, because I think the people who I care about and who care about me deserve to fucking know what's happening. But yeah, he's not there yet, obviously. Then we're in the tragedy part of the episode. Yeah, real fucking downer, real negative angler this week, but that's okay.
Right. I realised I was playing a dangerous game.
Careful what you fish for.
I was logged into Chrome, one of the two things that crashed my display at the moment.
It's allergic.
Let me go to DuckDuckGo. I should probably just use Firefox because I think that is the thing which uses the least memory. I'm not sure memory is the issue. Next up is was Mecha-Ude episode 10, Remember Brother, and also Remember Brian. Try to remember what happened in the middle of this episode, because I can't.
It's not as complex as you think. It's just shocker. Fist has just been possessing this dead body of Yakumo all these many years.
Yeah, like a century or so.
A century at least. Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it works better. It works better with Fist because than with oh crap, I can't remember her name now. The
Amaryllis.
flower ship, Amaryllis. Because Fist is like it's a hand as a puppeteer, like above your man. And I was like, oh, that works really well. So he's puppeting a corpse like this.
And he's got he puts the hand over the head and forms like a mask with his fingers. And I was
once the eyepiece has been like taken off and you see busted eye behind it, well, there we go. It's me. I'm driving this thing now. It's also been like been replacing it with cyborg bits over time as they fight him. He gets kind of smashed up a bit. So it's like, oh, he was a robot. Well, it stands to reason a dead body would probably start rotting after a while.
You'd need to start replacing parts.
But he's after. I'm more fucking like forget humans, forget like good humans or bad humans. We gotta be independent beings ourselves. So I'm just gonna take Ordella's power. I can make as much arbitrary as we want for all of our people. There's gonna be a god. There has to be a god. It may as well be me.
We can't be relying on humans for our shit. We'll produce our own stuff, like you, brother. Yeah.
So it sends into the crater. It's going to take that for himself. That's for like Aki and them get into the mix as well. Now he's well, he can give arbitrium to whoever he feels like. He like juices up the last little bit of Amaryllis that's at the one stage. He's like, whoa, I'm back. I'm bigger and better and better, baby. So now he's got a little partner to help him to fuck things up with.
But I did like the thing with Aki is like, now to release our guy's true power. It's actually better if it's one apiece. It's actually better if both sisters show up with either side of the arm so they can do the combined attack that we couldn't do before, which is just the two hands coming together to do a cool Polish hammer essentially, which I was fucking fine with.
I now remember my favourite bit of the entire episode is when it's revealed that the White Ravens unit also have a Doc Glasses.
A cool one. See, initially I thought it was like the Doc Glasses change his look, so Aki'd be more like attracted to him. It's like, that's a different guy. Yeah, that was a good reveal. Yeah, Doc Glasses is also, what the fuck? It's me.
Yeah, because I'm remembering why I was having trouble remembering all this. Because this is the episode where it felt like we're just throwing every other idea we had for the series and didn't have time to elaborate on. Because we get a whole load more White Raven characters show up this episode.
Yeah, all the little introduction thing. It's like, it turns out the White Ravens were cool all this fucking time.
We've seen the leader, but then it's like, no, these are all the rest of the dudes who didn't have just getting vomited out 2 episodes before the finish.
If this was like really dragged out and everything, like all these guys would have had various different things happening. And I'm fine with it rushing to just cram in as many fucking ideas as possible that it had. Yeah.
I suppose that the larger thing is serious. In that tussle where like, Alma, come with me, brother, I need your power thing. The phone thing. No, Alma, stay with me, says the girl. All right, Alma fucking shoot you with a laser. I'll even shoot you. And the girl just takes the laser bullet for Alma. It's like dash in front of it and he's shot straight through. We're bringing to med bay, but okay.
What happens to Jun during all this? Because Todo's got the arm at the end, and I couldn't remember why.
I think he's expends too much of his limited life force trying to. His hair goes back to mostly white before the finish of it.
He's charged up when his hair is fully green and not like the battery low, just the tips are green. Yeah.
That blue-haired girl still thinks it's a romantic comedy.
She cannot be convinced otherwise. Yeah.
The city's being destroyed piece by piece, and people are having kind of fading episodes as their life energy is drained away like remotely by this phenomenon. But there's still a chance for romance.
Yeah.
Obviously, romance is in the air. People are just swooning in the streets. It's all around us. I'm gonna be ready for it.
Yeah, and it ends with Hikaru like imagining everything's all right, and then just dying because we see that this isn't real. He's just imagining this, and he's got a big bloody hole in his abdomen, I assume Alba is going to properly connect with him next week.
Fill that gap,
bring him back.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, it says it has like the base capacity for like rejuvenating the host or partner. So.
And on the plus side, he'll get his hoodie back as well, so that'll be nice. Yeah.
Finally.
I think this is the bit. I think we're up to everything which was in the finale trailer now. Because the thing, the thing when I saw it was like end of episode 6, they put out this trailer called Finale, and it got the sisters with Sinis and Dex on each leg, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. When's that happening? And then I was like, not this week, not this week. It's like, okay, we're almost at the end. It's happening. Okay.
Why did you try and spoil your own show, guys? I don't understand the logic of that at all. But all right.
Yeah, it's just the way things used to be done, and I'm always fine with it. I'm old enough that I remember when TV shows started with clips of the entire episode. American TV shows started like in this week's Murder She Wrote
tonight on Mecha-Ude.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking like Space 1999, where they show all the coolest sequences in the thing in quick succession to make it look like it wasn't incredibly boring. Yeah.
Or Thunderbirds, where there was like this guy.
Yeah.
Jerry
Gary Anderson loved doing that shit, man. Yeah, that's true.
Just imagine an actual TV show edited in the same way he did his introductions.
Oh my god! If he had a fucking editor, there'd be no fucking stopping him. Yeah.
I did see a video there where it's all 100%. It's edited together, and it's just like, wow, it's gonna be a big episode. All these explosions and things flying off cliffs, the gravel pits.
The sisters appear to kill Amaryllis again at the end, but we've been caught out at least twice on that already. So
I mean, like, yeah, Amaryllis has definitely died several times. This is apparently the last little fucking plant cutting of her, so who knows? But we'll see.
Well, the sister needed to get her licks in, and saying, "You fucking puppeting me for years."
And also the other sister getting to assist because it's like you puppeted my sister for years. It's like they both get their revenge. It works out good. Yeah.
It's a little like Rip and Latla, like no. You need to cut off both your legs so you could get two like legs that shoot blades. You each cut off one leg, and together you can make a giant leg that can shoot giant like mystical blades. Of course.
Yeah, because I guess they couldn't properly connect together before when they were on the same person's, each side of the same person's legs. So, but now they can properly join up.
Yeah, I think like maybe I need to go because like it's difficult to know in what order they're being addressed at any given time. It's like Sinus and Dex, but like is it like Sinus and Dex, or are they like other way around all the time? Like, oh, whoops, we're down backwards.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, it would be funny if they were on backwards, because that would be like that would be the sort of subtle joke that would work really well. You go, clever. It's the sort of joke where you go,
It is a bit like, you should have noticed that they were left-handed all this time. It's like, of course. Yeah. It's one of those little murder mystery clue.
And it's like, does the rude sister get the rude arm and the polite sister get the polite arm, or do they switch to balance each other out? Like, what way does it work? Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get some downtime at the end. I'm sure everyone will.
I think the ending will be every person on planet Earth has a fucking spare robot arm that is their friend. I think that'd be the good way to do it, but we'll see.
Then the game which made me spend 40 quid on manga this afternoon, Trillion came, episode 11, The Illusory Man.
It's a real good one though, so that's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the push I needed to make me start. But even though the 4 volumes is only going to cover what's in this series, this season, I would guess.
Yeah, probably.
But it's such a great scam.
It's better than the AIs. It's the best scam to date, and the fact that he's been planning it this whole time. I suppose it's either he's been planning it this whole time, or he's constantly gathering material to be used in a plan at a future date when I decide what that plan is.
Well, it's quite ambitious thing of point saying, okay, we're going to release a game and check it out. We're going to get fucking basically the equivalent of Dragon Quest creator Yuji Horii in. How are you going to get him? Don't you worry about that. Let's just do it now. But what if
poach him from Dragon Bank, basically?
What if Yuji Horii never ever actually existed as an entity? What if Yuji Horii was just like people have heard of him, and they've certainly played his video games, but have you met the guy? Can anyone account for having a meeting with him or anything?
Because you've a couple of characters confronting our guys, but it's like, wow, Dragon Bank really fucked you guys, didn't they? And it's like, yeah, but we keep rolling, we keep doing, and it's like, so now they're using Dragon Bank's policies against them. You don't credit your game creators. That would be really easy to manufacture a lie, and like I think he says it's like it'd be easy to catch me out if I was telling a lie about a thing that's widely known, but none of this shit is fucking known, so I'm gonna lie, and if we get caught, I'll just say that guy fucking tricked us. We thought he was a guy too, which is just like, that's amazing. It's incredible. I'm pretty sure you're in jail by the end of this show. Dear.
Yeah, he's helped out by, because none of the others in the company know, but the person who's helping him to scam is the head of the flower company from the previous arc. She's the one who goes, oh yes,
that's Sekai no Horimoto. Even I, working in the flower industry, know who he is.
I'm just like, wow, really? And
they have to have a whole kind of press conference reveal thing. It's just like,
don't tell Dragon Bank we poached their guy who had their #1 game. Shh.
Here he is. He's here tonight. Boom. Like, oh yeah, it's a dude we saw in the photos. That one like a social media account. It seems to be an insider with this company. So I mean, like they probably got a good track on what's actually going on in there. So it makes sense if I see him on the floor of stuff.
If you do an image search of him, if you look up his Wikipedia, that's the guy. That's him. There's not many pictures of him online because obviously Dragon Bank doesn't credit their creators for their mobile games, but that's okay. We all know it's that guy.
Yeah, look at that beard. I mean, what could it be? I mean, he's coming into the room right now. It's like this jovial atmosphere for he's pretty easy with like this big crowd of people. So obviously he's experienced at this. It's like, oh, this gotta be a dude. Wow, it's like this is a real gotcha, real get for Trillion Game Incorporated here.
The game dev guys are kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm shaking the hand of this guy. His game is fucking incredible. It's like we were right to fucking get bought out by Trillion Game, man. We're gonna be collaborating with one of the greatest fucking mobile game fucking guys ever. Fantastic. Not real. He's not a real guy. He's a fake guy. He's not real.
Like, but that's the whole thing. Gaku starts spotting then, the crowd's full of like all these like those like investors who turned us down. We went to them before, like, geez, what did they here for? Yeah. But Gaku is different now. Back then we were just like two guys walking off the street. We didn't have nothing. Now we're the dudes who have like we won a security game conference * under pretenses. We've have this whole thing where
we did a business.
We revolutionized the flower gift giving online industry, and now we've poached Sekai no Horimoto from Dragon Bank themselves. Like now they'll invest. They're interested.
Yeah, even their which are two big failures, they lost that due to cheating. It's just like, no, they had to change the rules because we won it so hard, and Dragon Bank had to change the rules. And it's like, and then Dragon Bank poached their idea because it was so fucking good. It's like, you guys come up with good shit. You've just gotten it robbed off you, but you do come up with good shit. Those things are successes. Both of those failures are entirely successes they can build on for more investors. It's so good. Yeah,
it's all lies.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
It's all lies. Mm-hmm. He lies as easy as breathing. He lies up to his own mother's face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the bit where Gaku says, "Don't tell me he's an impersonator." He says, "No, he's not an impersonator. No, Sekai no Horimoto doesn't exist, so it can't be an impersonator." And then the guy leaving goes, "I wonder what that was all about."
Yeah, he takes off to disguise like he's a balding regular business guy. Apparently, he's a actor. So
actor and impersonator. Just parties, whoever you want.
Yeah. He's like that.
I'm not most weekends, but
it seemed like a big deal. Whatever the fuck I was doing there, I don't fucking understand it. But I read my lines. Yeah, no.
But it's just the granular level of it. It's just like how to identifying and preying on. People get their information this way, in the laziest way possible. They just look at fucking Twitter or some shit. So if I buy off this handle from somebody who used to work there, but it's kind of like a dead account now, it's going to buy.
I think it was a random person on the internet who said 2 days before the Dragon Bank game came out. It's like I heard whatever the guy's name worked on this game, and it was just some rando on the internet who said
what Harry did was it convincing enough like kind of timeline. It wasn't just like a bot account or one that was just like made like a few weeks ago. It's a kind of convincing history here. So
he needed to buy her account. He needed to buy her Twitter account, and she was just like, some guy just bought it because he said it was lucky, and her friend's like, cool, fucking, who gives a fuck about your Twitter account? Yeah, get that.
But how did you get the photos of the inside of the building? Sure, I worked Dragon Bank for a day. Yeah, but sure, I took
pictures while I was in there, and now I added those to the account later, which makes it look like the person who had that account that I own now works for Dragon Bank.
Yes, because I think the thing she says isn't necessarily about the game. He reframes it once he's got the account by quote tweeting the tweet as if it is about
wow. Check this out.
So that'll show up in the search parameters, basically. And that uploading an image of this actor in the fake beard and beautiful hair wig, like in front of an arcade, is like, here he is at a game show. You know, and that kind of fucking shit.
All the photos he took of Dragon Bank in the 2 hours he was employed there.
These are inside the building. They don't let you take pictures inside the building. So it must have been someone who works there. It's like, yeah, he did work there. So yes, it's not technically a lie. It is how he structured it, but yeah.
And then they briefly think he's not into games when he's, but then he convinces them again when he's explaining the plan by drawing on the window once more. And advertising, that's what's going to drive people to play the game. You just make the best game you can. We'll just do
I don't give a fuck about, you guys just make a good game. And he's like, I thought you gave a fuck about the games. It's like, but you didn't have the fucking ads to make it work, did you? That's why we need to use this to build an advertising company. He's like, you're right. You do believe in the heart of the game. Okay, we're cool again.
So to do this, we must conquer and control the mass media industry. It's like, what?
I'm going to recruit an advertiser.
It has that same rhythm of like, Sengoku saying, we're going to make car batteries. We're going to go to space. It's like, what? How are we going to do that?
Yeah.
And then we're going to start getting into Hedorah, their original investor, his origin. Because, yes, he has found out that he used to be in an entertainment agency working in promotion.
And to be fair, when your man's like, you found out about my sordid past, it's like, yeah, dude, you're like our chief investor. Of course, I looked up where the fuck you came from. And he used to manage at least one Manzai group and like an idol band. Like he was.
Yeah, I think it's the idol band we've seen before. I don't think we've seen the Manzai. I assume we're going to see them again because they've got some real character designs.
They've got an amazing suit fucking combination that they got going. Yeah, it's good.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
We think.
He's also got history with Kirihime.
We used to have a thing. It's like, were you her manager for something? Is that what was going on? Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure you weren't interested before I go and hire anybody to do the advertising. Yeah, he seems reluctant, but I assume he's going to be convinced next week.
Because much like our flower magnet from prior thing, I love that she was like, it's my first time being a shill. This is really fun. I'm having a good time. I'm glad I'm in on this scam. Yeah.
We need lots of participants to make a con of this magnitude, as Great Pretender taught us. Everyone's got to be in on it.
Yes, but I like the fact that he was also having to con his own employees.
Yes.
Out of it.
Like
so
the shot of Rin and your man like kind of going like every time he says something fucking wild because they know him, they know what he's like, but everyone else is just like, I guess he's just saying a thing flippantly, like buying a media empire. It's like, no, he means that. When he says a thing, he's going to do it. That's the scary thing about this guy.
That's the one time he's not lying.
Yeah.
Like I said, went and bought ordered the manga. I think that they come in at like every 2 months for the time being.
Okay.
From the translation, I think it takes you up to May.
Inagaki, you've done it again.
Yeah.
Ikigami, you've done it again.
Yeah.
Aye.
Lots of times. Then It's the Noble Farm, episode 24. Farm students, be ambitious. We're back to agricultural school, not college. I have to remember it's school.
Yeah, because I have to find this show using other means. I was like, fuck, did I watch this one already? Because it's the design of the school. And I was kind of watching, I was like, no way, they're talking about different shit. Okay, that's fine. It's that wild school, like depictions may vary, fucking the tree growing up through it kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I think
that's shown up before, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is that a reference to her Silver Spoon manga?
I assume,
yeah. I thought it must be.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So it's just the idea of like, what are the prospects of going to farming school? Well, obviously I can just say I'm going to take over the family farm, and you can go on and do other things. And I did really well in volleyball, so there's placement there for me. And then she kind of goes to school. It's like, and you want to join the volleyball team? It's like, fuck no, you guys got a fucking art club or something around here. I just use that to get in. Like, I'm fucking doing whatever the shit. You don't have any art fucking classes. Karate, I guess. Fuck it, that'll do.
It's would have been very useful information to know when I was getting pressured to go to do an agricultural course. It's like, it'll be cool. It's gonna be cool. Every got to take over the farm. We want to pay tax and this or that. But I said, but I got to drop what I'm doing right now, my job and where I live, to go and do this fucking course. Like,
yeah.
Maybe there was ways to kind of finagle it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Once you get your foot in the door, you might be able to fucking do something completely different, like become a manga artist, which is unrelated.
Yes. Yeah, because I remember the two places in secondary school in sixth form where they took the two places they took you for the open days. I think in like lower six was Lincoln, which is essentially just agricultural courses.
Yeah.
And then Leicester, where it's like, oh, thankfully there is something else. There is other possibilities. We could do things which aren't agricultural. But then it got to the what do you do after you leave agricultural school? And I was like, go do these things. And I was like, yeah, that's a lot of people I know from my hometown. And I guess at one point also me with the food industry part.
Yeah. Those are the other related things you can go into. The closest I could get to related things in this was like her kind of going, like, being able to draw did me really good for drawing out the diagrams. Like, I understand this really good. It's like top marks. And I was like, I did very well in geography and science because I could fucking draw. And I could draw diagrams. Like, science I know a little about. Geography I know fuck all about, but I scored well. So that's the important thing, because I could draw a peninsula. That's the important fucking
Say it again.
thing.
Peninsula.
Yeah, it's very fun. Like, just, and like you said, it is true to life experiences of being farm adjacent. How about that?
Yes, yeah. Rural existence has things in common across the globe.
Farms are great, but they're mostly bullshit. But they're pretty great when they work, though.
The fucking story is like, yeah, I know a guy who went to fucking do farming in America. Wow, really? It's like, and the guy's like, milk 40, milk fucking 200 cows. And it's just like, fuck that, man. Listen, I don't care if they got a machine for doing that. That's too much for one guy. No.
Then somehow an anime that is like 3 times as long as The Noble Farmer and yet had far less incidents in it. The stories of girls who couldn't be magician, episode 10. Our Rettoran is in danger. Kids are collapsing due to some magical illness, but don't worry, it's not a fatal magical illness. What is our heroines going to do? Are they going to do the test or help their friends?
It's like, I'll mind her here. And it's like, you go do the test. It's like, no, I'm going to get the nurse. It's like, oh my God, she's still collapsing somehow. I'll mind her here. And everyone's like, I'll go get the fucking nurse. And it's like, maybe I could do grandma's...
knew how to do magic, I could do something about this.
Let me just remember something. Remember. Grandma's like, I'm going to do this charm on you to make you not sick. And everyone's like, fuck, I could give that a go. And she doesn't do a magical girl transformation. She does the magic perfectly fine, and it fucking works. And it's just like, yes, you could have been doing this whole fucking show and not make it a big, like, oh, I don't know if I have the confidence to do it. It's like, yeah, but your friend was sick and you just...
At this point, though, there's 3 people talking to a frog, and none of them can understand the frog. They take so long talking to the frog. He's trying to get them to follow the frog to rescue Suzuki.
The frog's like gesturing, come on, let's fucking go, as much as a frog can get that across. But they're like, what does he want, though? I don't understand, he's a frog.
And they take so long that the two characters who at the start of the series we thought were the villains have rescued her in the meantime.
Yeah.
They can handle this. A dog and a cat could do this better. A dog and a cat could do this better, you say. Well, we should go and see if that bears out.
Yeah, they roll up their sleeves. I guess we got to go into this dungeon and save our teacher. And the teacher's like, "Hey, I was saved by the dog and the cat. Don't fucking worry about it. They cool actually."
Well, I'm glad she's back.
Capybara.
I didn't expect the capybara to go for the throat like that. That was fucking whoa. I know they're rodents and they can bite you, but like I didn't fucking expect that. Like, yeah.
That's the capybara. It's just one big rat.
Yes.
Yeah.
They get scalded. Yeah, and so we're back to where we were like 4 episodes ago. Except I did write down, we do have like a better idea of what the villain's doing. He's doing something called Project Anima, and that's where he's draining the magical energy. We
call it anime here.
And he has put all the regular magical students, and we're having a meeting in this room. They're all like, well, where's the fucking teacher? And it's like, oh, we're all locked in this fucking room. And he's got a force field around the school. It's like, I'm sorry, students. Like, I thought he was locking them in there to kill them. Initially, it's like, no, the force field is to protect the good students. Fuck the fucking remedial class students. They can get fucked. I don't give a shit.
Drain their souls. You can get better marks in your exams. Better career paths.
Because Granny's put up a similar force field around her house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I like this.
Yeah.
It's like, who is your grandmother really? She's my granny. What are you going on about?
What a weird question to ask someone. My granny. What do you mean?
Yes. I did like the bit where just the other student just walks as she's walking past, goes, the Toad's asking you to follow it.
Again, I do not speak Toad, but much like speaking cat in earlier episode, it's just like context. Cat's like meow meow meow. It's like pencils down. It's like we're at that point of the exam. It's like perfect. So the frog's like follow the frog. Okay.
Yes. And they do a pretty good job of making the frog look exasperated. But I was feeling a little exasperated with how long this. Because the other thing they do is they do these spiral wipes, and it felt like they were doing so many this episode just to fill the runtime.
I love the spiral wipes. It's a really nice, like, textural wipe, but like, yeah, I get you.
That was a very long set of underground stairs to Magical Research Club.
Yeah,
like, we're going down, but say, so you say that this is the headmaster's evil plan? Like, yes, he's trying to do this. It's just like it'd be nice for like a shot, because it's like, oh, it's going to scale the underground. This place, you got some bigger potential, but they keep on for like 30 seconds just to go down this whole thing. I just laying out what the man's doing.
It's the plot revealing stairs, where the stairs is as long as it takes to reveal the plot. Yeah.
Whereas, of course, we know what they should do to make the plot go slower is have somebody's plane stolen.
That'd be the way to do it, and it is very. It's funny that it just plane theft is the biggest crime in the demon world. They're actually I'm in general fighting, but mostly plane theft. That's the one that's fairly bad for it. Also, the lads still have not, like, besides that one guy going like, "Oh, you stole a cop car." Right on. It's like no one gives a fuck that they're flying around in a cop plane. Like, it's wild. Yeah.
The plane gets stolen, but then gets immediately resolved. So it's just like, realistically, you're only about 15 minutes behind like Goku and the gang who you met, but your plane was stolen. So we'll go on ahead. So.
Well, they ring him up, and the Goku and the lads come in their plane, and they're like, "Cool, we're gonna get in your plane." It's like, no. There's only fucking 4 seats in our plane. It's like, well, get all that shit out of the back. It's like, no fucking way. You guys get a different fucking plane. And they're like, what the fuck? Why did you come here to tell us that?
I'll call my dad. I'll still send you another one. It's no problem. Just wait here. And it just feel like, no, they just got here. We're never going to get fucking Vegeta or Piccolo or Bulma do anything every point. Actually, we'll do immediately because Vegeta is just pissed off. The fun. Plane stolen. Kakarot is fucking off on doing this thing again. I'm pissed.
I appreciate the plot of like Piccolo. I think it was Piccolo kind of going. It's like, it's probably those guys you got into a fight with last night and who stole our plane. And it's like basically exactly the same thing that happened Goku happened Vegeta again, except it was because Vegeta's rude. And fought a bunch of goons in a nightclub, and they stole your plane, and now
they're here today.
They're here today. Because initially I thought Vegeta was going to take what's his name's up on his offers, like, hey, you guys want to play zombie fight? And we go into the woods there where there's a bunch of zombies, and if you get bit, you turn into a zombie, so you lose. It's like that game sounds terrible. No one wants that play that game. So fighting random goons who've shown up to beat you after they've stolen your plane, that's a more interesting game for Vegeta. Yeah.
Yep,
It is.
Smash 'em up.
We open though with this is Dragon Ball Daima episode 9, Thieves, by the way. If you hadn't guessed all the character names. Goku is forced to wear a disguise so people won't report him to the police.
The disguise is put on this bear hat and leave your stick in the plane because it's a big red stick. It's pretty fucking like, why has that kid got a big stick? It's like people are gonna ask questions, but they won't even be able to see your weird fucking human ears if you wear this bear hat. And he's like, itchy. Are you sure he's not a child and not a full-grown man? Like,
it is.
He's
like,
regressing in this new body.
You repeatedly get punched over and over again in life or death fights. Sometimes you die, and yeah.
I don't know. Like Vegeta and Piccolo have their faculties about them. I guess they're just built different.
And yeah, you cannot deal with a slightly itchy hat. And a couple of thugs recognize him, and they go, "That must be the Dragon Ball in that bag. Let's go nick it."
So I'm gonna. All right, here's the plan. I'll stay downstairs in the hotel, turn into a werewolf, which I can do. Just go like, whoa, I'm a big werewolf, and you bust in through the window because you're a bird man and steal the fucking Dragon Ball while they're distracted by my werewolf shenanigans. And then we'll hide on top of this floating island. And they're like, brilliant plan. And obviously Pansy has like, I put a tracker on the Dragon Ball. It's like, they're straight up. It's like, good fucking thinking, actually.
Goes, he can fly. Oh, he's very strong. Okay, you got
Oh,
back.
no. Yeah. But fairly easily resolved. I mean, like it's a fun action sequence anyway. Just with a werewolf and a birdman trying to play keep away from a small child.
That was like, it's like it's not every like set piece has gotta be completely a fight. It's like
yeah.
Let's mess around a little bit. They're children after all. Yeah, a little fun.
Grown ass children.
Then we check in on the other gang. Where we learn that what's his name? The anglerfish looking guy.
I keep forgetting his name. Yeah, he's great.
He's got a belt with an eye on it, which is important because he says he found it in the forest, and then we get zoom in on the eye, and then we cut to the king of the demon world and his assistant learning that they've got a Dragon Ball, and he mentions that he should have found the third eye instead. In addition to
the wish.
Yeah.
Should have wished for the third eye. If I turn them into babies, just for them to come to Demon World to kick my ass, and they already have one Dragon Ball, they got it 2 days ago. Your man's like, sorry, we really fucked this up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like these guys supposedly the arch villains, and they are very comical.
They're clearly not the arch villains because they don't have a fucking clue what's going on. And then we cut to our chief scientist, who's like, what if we put a Sci-Bi Man in there as well? It's like, that's pretty good. Yeah, I only got a couple of seeds left. Let's pop one of those in. We'll make a Sci-Bi Boo, Sci-Boo Man. No, we'll workshop the name a little.
Agent Koo is his name.
Agent Koo.
Yeah. I initially thought he was just going to be like a weird little goober guy, but then he started talking. I was like, oh fuck, you're fully sentient. Okay, that's fine. It's magical rules. It's okay.
Yeah, who was the voice of him again? It was just like, it's somebody. Always saying like 2 words at the end of this now. But it's like, this is my Dragon Ball debut now. The fuck was that again? Tomokazu Seki. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I would have been fine if they got someone big in just to be like a Saiban and kind of like, it's like that would have been fun as well. Just a waste of talent, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. Just one of those dudes that's like fun. Everyone's been in Dragon Ball, but I've been in Dragon Quest. But I was fucking Hadlar in Adventure or Die. But I haven't been a full Dragon Ball like mainline in it. Then.
I did like the gang who fight Piccolo and Vegeta. There's some fun
There's some good ones. I mean, like a horse shows up with boxing gloves. What's not to fucking love? Like when that horse, like, it's like, oh, I brought some tough guys to fight you sons of bitches who beat us up in the nightclub. And the horse like sees a bunch of guys get his ass kicked. He's like, fuck, I'm in trouble. Like he knows he's in trouble because all he's got is boxing gloves. And these guys had swords and clubs and all kinds of cool shit.
That's nice. There's a bit more kind of flavor to these fights because like you get somebody kind of waves of goons, and some of them know how to fight. Some of them just like waving swords and things around. But it gets like this. We haven't really seen like in recent years with Dragon Ball anything anybody using like a weapon in their hands. Least of all Goku. So it's been a long time, but he still has the moves in it. He's getting better at it.
It's nice to get like the interplay with the characters as well, because I did like Bulma shooting Piccolo like dagger eyes when he's like, we should have brought the guy who can teleport. It's just like, fucking say that again, Piccolo. Sorry, I didn't fucking catch that there. He's like, no.
But to be fair, she was herself wondering why she'd come earlier in the episode.
I mean, listen. It's Vegeta. He's only going to get lost or fuck it up. He did fuck it up for them. He got their plane stolen. So, she was right. She just couldn't prevent his worst tendencies. Yeah.
Next week, Ocean, where presumably something is good for Bulma's skin because the preview is her patting her face, looking happy.
Maybe use the bath in the hotel that the other lads were in.
Yeah.
Goku came out right shiny out of
that. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff in Dragon Ball Daima. It's the structure of it always having like a nice fun fight every episode is
two nice fun fights. Yeah, this time.
Yes, in this one. Yeah, that's true. It like I say, it feels like a throwback to the original Dragon Ball in that way. It's not like we're dragging a fight out across multiple episodes.
It's as long as it needs to be for the sequence. They're generally quite they keep the pace up nicely, and they're never too serious. Like they're in slight peril, but it's like we're just having a fun adventure. Don't fucking worry.
Even our big fight, like from before against, we're getting our Dragon Ball now. Is got to fight this dude. It's going to take it. And that's only like half the episode. It's like no, it was just keep it tight, And again, like just in the half episode, it's goes continuously. Like when we're fighting with our weapons right now, and saying, "Go settle this with just bare hands." But now, okay, and it comes down, moves on a different stage of the fight, a different like way it goes about it. But it packs it all in at half the episode. And
very punchy, very like there's no fat in it, like pure fucking lean fighting and comedy. That's the other thing, like balancing with that.
It's a nice dense burrito of a fight scene. It's like whoa, pack it all in, full of flavor.
Yes, and I assume this creating a new Majin is going to backfire on those two ladies.
As they keep saying, it's like, well, you considered me a success, but Majin Buu was a fuck up. He is uncontrollable except by Mr. Satan. So, like, because they're best friends and they live together and it's lovely.
Definitely top after Memory Temptations after all.
That is it for this week. Next week we will have the addition of a Conan story. Starting Hotel Serial Bombing Case. Might have a different name on the website. I was doing the calculations. It's going to be a while before the anime catches up to the manga, and by the time it catches up, the manga might have even finished by then.
Wowee!
Because that's 2 arcs in a row now, where key plot beats,
long-standing plots have been resolved. Okay, yeah.
Yes, have occurred.
Relationships amended, people admitting feelings, that kind of thing.
Yes, that sort of thing. It's people realizing, oh, is that the thing that I should have realized 10 years ago?
By the time Conan finishes,
a year ago, but yeah.
The time Conan finishes, our planet will be a lifeless ball of orbiting a dead star.
It's I realized the plot moves along when it breaks its narrative, because the narrative rule is that characters fail to share secrets, because if they shared the secrets, the show would be over a lot quicker. And so it's when people even decide to share a secret, it moves along, or when they open their stupid mouth and accidentally reveal it, which was what happened in the most recent arc.
Tim.
It was funny that it was Conan who did it though.
I mean, like he's dumb in his own fucking way. That's the thing.
He was due one. He was due a bloody like that.
Yeah.
That's it for now. We're back next week for the last one before New Year, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, so I have to do double duty New Year's week. All right. Ta-da for now.
All right.
Bye.